Okay, so just before I start today's video, I know it's not Monday or Thursday, but I haven't made a video for the last 2 weeks, so I'm like 4 videos behind, and I'm really sorry I haven't made any. Like for the first week I was really ill, and then for the second week I just couldn't find the motivation to do anything, so technically this is like 17 days late but a day early, because, well, it's Thursday tomorrow. So I'm really sorry that I haven't posted anything, but like I say, I've been ill and just I didn't have any motivation to do anything at that point, so yeah, sorry. Okay, so today's video is just like Scottish sayings and phrases, because I've noticed a lot of the time when I'm speaking to friends that aren't Scottish, a lot of the time they don't understand what the hell I'm talking about. So I just thought I'd do a quick translation from Scottish into normal English, I guess. And yeah, just Scottish words and phrases. So first phrase is a wan by your head. So this is one that pretty much needs translated twice, because if you just put it into normal English, it literally translates you to go away and boil your head, which doesn't do anything. But it means something along the lines of like get lost or forget it, and it's usually said to someone that's like deemed to be talking rubbish or just wasting your time. Second one is don't be a wee clipe or dinna be a grass. It just translates to don't be a telltale, like don't tell on someone or just something like this. I don't hear this one so much myself. Pretty sure my mum said it to me a couple of times, but your bum's out the window. So a colourful Scottish saying that needs some explaining. Direct English translation would be that your bum is out the window, and that doesn't really translate it. So the actual meaning of this phrase is something along the lines of like you're talking rubbish or you're not making any sense. So not making any sense, just pretty much what almost every Scottish person says to everyone else. I'm going to the pictures. The pictures is the cinema or the movie theatre, depending what you call it where you're from. I know that like in the US and Canada and everything it's the movie theatre, I think, or the movies. In the UK it's the cinema. I don't know about anywhere else. I'm getting the messages. This one of the Scottish sayings that a lot of people think doesn't need translated, but it does. Because in this case, messages is not like a message on a phone, it's something completely different. So messages are groceries, just like everyday things that you get from the store or the shop. So it literally translates to I'm doing the shopping, like I'm doing the grocery shopping. It's time to get your jags. I think in England they say jags for this as well, but I'm not sure. So it just translates to, well, first, jags are like your vaccinations, so like your shots for like tetanus and everything. So it just translates to it's time to get your shots, it's time to get vaccinated, whatever. Yeah. Another one is I'm going to scalp your wee behind. The English version of this would be I'm going to smack your little bottom. Bottom is butt or rear or bahookie or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's just like some of the phrases. You're off your head translates to you're off your head, meaning you're crazy. So yeah. Hold your wish pretty much means be quiet, shut up. That's a pretty easy one, I guess. I dinna ken. Is that one difficult? IDK? I dinna ken? Has the same abbreviation. I don't know. And then there's quite a few Scottish words that mean something else, like in England or in the US or whatever. Auld just translates to old. Aye is yes. Behookie, now I know I said that when I was describing one of the other phrases, behookie just means bottom, backside, butt, whatever you want to call it. Bairn is a baby or a young child. Pretty much like anyone below the age of 11, 10 or 11. Blether is like just another word for like conversation. Just like a conversation with friends. Boke is like another word for gag or vomit, like throw up. Like we say like boke and spew. I've never heard anyone else that isn't Scottish say boke or spew unless I've heard people like in US TV shows say spew, like the oil tanker spewing out oil or something. Like I've heard things like that, but I've never heard it in our term. Canny means I can't. Like I can't do that. Just translates to I can't do that. Clarty, it just means like dirty or unkempt. Like it just means it's basically like another word for tramp. But it just doesn't really sound as hurtful, I guess. Crabbit, it means like bad-tempered or grumpy, just why are you so crabbit all the time? Like, why are you so moody, grumpy all the time? Day, pronounced like the word day, as in it's Wednesday, means do. Dinny is don't. Like, idiot. This can be a popular one. I think I've heard an American say this once and it just sounded really weird. Like, idiot, it just means idiot. Like, it's just a word that sounds nothing like the actual word. Haver, it's like talking nonsense, like when you're drunk, you're havering because you're just talking absolute nonsense. New just means now. Your pinky, your little finger. Wayne, it's just like another word for child. A scalp is a slap. Like in Scotland, you didn't slap somebody, you scalp somebody. I think it's weird. And a lot of us don't say one, we say yin. Like, get me yin bottle of Coke instead of one bottle of Coke. It's weird. So like, just the Scottish language, it's just really weird. Like, a lot of my family's English, and I feel really weird talking to them because I'm just like, what if I say this word and they don't understand it because it's a Scottish word? Or like, I'm talking to American friends, I'm just like, because I'm trying to avoid speaking Scottish slang, I start to sound a lot like posher than I actually am. Because like, in reality, the amount of slang I speak is unreal. But like when it comes to videos or speaking to people that aren't Scottish, I tend to sound like slightly more sophisticated than I am, I guess. Because in reality, I'm a slob. I'm lazy. But when I'm like making videos or whatever, I just like make myself more, well, less Scottish, I guess. It's like, to a couple of Scottish people that I've met, because of the amount of slang that I use, I'm kind of classed as being like kind of uneducated because they talk like really, like, they pronounce everything, they don't use slang, and I'm just like, I feel really weird because it just seems like I'm quite uneducated compared to them, and it's just weird. But yeah, the Scottish slang and everything, like it can be really confusing. Confusing? Confusing. It can be really confusing, but so yeah, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to comment, and if you like it, subscribe.